For a 100 amp feed, the recommended wire size is number 2 copper or number 1/0 aluminum. Number 2 copper is commonly available at most electrical supply stores. Number 1/0 aluminum may be less common, but it can usually be ordered or purchased online. Parallel 50 amp cables such as two number 4 copper or number 2 aluminum cables can be used instead of a single number 2 copper or number 1/0 aluminum cable. A non-metallic conduit or electrical metallic tubing with multiple wires can be used to create a 100 amp feed. The wires used should be sized appropriately for the current demand, typically number 6 copper or number 4 aluminum. For ease of installation and availability, number 2 copper is the recommended wire size for a 100 amp feed to a garage. If number 2 copper is not readily available, parallel 50 amp cables or pipe and wire with appropriately sized wires can be used as alternatives. Always consult with a qualified electrician to verify the correct wire size and installation practices. When dealing with electrical installations, safety and code compliance are of utmost importance. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides comprehensive standards for electrical wiring and equipment in the United States. It's important to consult the most recent edition of the NEC and local electrical codes to ensure that all installations meet the required safety standards. When sizing wires for electrical circuits, several factors must be considered, including the ampacity of the circuit, the type of insulation, the ambient temperature, and the number of current-carrying conductors in a raceway or cable. Ampacity refers to the maximum current, in amps, that a conductor can carry continuously under specified conditions of use without exceeding its temperature rating. The NEC provides tables that list the ampacities of various conductors based on their size, insulation type, and temperature rating. For example, NEC Table 310.15/16 in the 2017 NEC edition, which may be revised in subsequent editions, lists the allowable ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to 2000 volts, 60 degrees Celsius through 90 degrees Celsius, in free air and in raceways or cables. When selecting a wire size for a 100 amp feed to a garage, the first step is to determine the minimum ampacity required for the circuit. In this case, the circuit is rated for 100 amps, so the wire must be able to carry at least 100 amps continuously. Next, you need to consider the type of insulation used in the wire. Common insulation types include THHN, THWN, and XHHW. Each insulation type has a different temperature rating, which affects the ampacity of the wire. For example, THHN insulation is rated for 90 degrees Celsius in dry locations and 75 degrees Celsius in wet locations. THWN insulation is rated for 75 degrees Celsius in both wet and dry locations. XHHW insulation is rated for 90 degrees Celsius in dry and wet locations. The higher the temperature rating of the insulation, the higher the ampacity of the wire. After selecting the insulation type, you need to consider the ambient temperature in the area where the wire will be installed. The ambient temperature is the temperature of the air surrounding the wire. If the ambient temperature is higher than 30 degrees Celsius, the ampacity of the wire must be derated to account for the increased heat. The NEC provides tables that list the derating factors for various ambient temperatures. For example, NEC Table 310.15/16 provides correction factors for ambient temperatures other than 30 degrees Celsius. Finally, you need to consider the number of current-carrying conductors in a raceway or cable. If there are more than 3 current-carrying conductors in a raceway or cable, the ampacity of the wire must be derated to account for the increased heat. The NEC provides tables that list the derating factors for various numbers of current-carrying conductors. For example, NEC Table 310.15/18 provides adjustment factors for more than 3 current-carrying conductors in a raceway or cable. Once you have considered all of these factors, you can use the NEC tables to determine the appropriate wire size for the circuit. For a 100 amp feed using copper wire, with THHN insulation in a dry location with an ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius or less and no more than 3 current-carrying conductors in a raceway, a number 2 copper wire would be sufficient. However, if any of these factors change, the wire size may need to be increased. For example, if the ambient temperature is higher than 30 degrees Celsius, or if there are more than 3 current-carrying conductors in a raceway, a larger wire size may be required to maintain the required ampacity. For a 100 amp feed using aluminum wire with THHN insulation in a dry location with an ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius or less and no more than 3 current-carrying conductors in a raceway, a number 1 of a 0 aluminum wire would be required. Aluminum wire has a lower ampacity than copper wire for the same wire size, so a larger aluminum wire is needed to carry the same amount of current. It is also possible to use parallel conductors to achieve the required ampacity. Parallel conductors are 2 or more conductors that are connected together at both ends to form a single electrical path. When using parallel conductors, the ampacity of each conductor must be derivated to account for the increased heat. The NEC provides guidelines for installing parallel conductors. For example, NEC section 310.10 states that all parallel conductors shall be the same length, conductor material, circular mill area, insulation type, and be terminated in the same manner. Using parallel conductors can be a good option when it is difficult to install a single large conductor. It is also possible to use a cable assembly instead of individual conductors in a raceway. A cable assembly is a group of conductors that are bundled together in a jacket. Cable assemblies are available in a variety of sizes and configurations. When using a cable assembly, the ampacity of the cable must be derivated to account for the increased heat. The NEC provides guidelines for installing cable assemblies. For example, NEC section 334.80 states that the ampacity of type NM cable shall be in accordance with the 60 degrees Celsius conductor temperature rating. In addition to wire size, it is also important to select the appropriate overcurrent protection device for the circuit. An overcurrent protection device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse, is designed to protect the circuit from overloads and short circuits. The overcurrent protection device should be sized no larger than the ampacity of the wire. For a 100 amp circuit, the overcurrent protection device should be rated for 100 amps. It is also important to ensure that the overcurrent protection device is properly installed and maintained. The NEC provides guidelines for installing and maintaining overcurrent protection devices. For example, NEC section 240.4. These states that overcurrent protection for flexible cords and fixture wires shall be protected against overcurrent in accordance with their ampacities. When working with electricity, it is important to take precautions to avoid electric shock. Always turn off the power to the circuit before working on it. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment such as rubber gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. Electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to avoid injury. It is also important to follow all applicable codes and regulations when installing electrical wiring. The NEC provides comprehensive standards for electrical wiring and equipment, and it is important to consult the most recent edition of the NEC and local electrical codes to ensure that all installations meet the required safety standards. In summary, selecting the correct wire size for a 100 amp feed to garage involves considering several factors, including the ampacity of the circuit, the type of insulation, the ambient temperature, and the number of current-carrying conductors in a raceway or cable. The NEC provides tables that list the ampacities of various conductors based on these factors. It is also possible to use parallel conductors or cable assemblies to achieve the required ampacity. In addition to wire size, it is important to select the appropriate overcurrent protection device for the circuit and to take precautions to avoid electric shock. Always consult with a qualified electrician to verify the correct wire size and installation practices. They can assess the specific conditions of your installation and ensure that it meets all applicable codes and regulations. Using the correct wire size and following proper installation procedures will help to ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Electrical work should always be performed by a qualified electrician who is familiar with the NEC and local electrical codes. Improperly installed electrical wiring can be dangerous and can create a fire hazard. Taking the time to properly plan and execute your electrical installation will help to ensure the safety of your home and family. Always double-check your work and test the circuit before energizing it. If you are unsure about any aspect of the installation, consult with a qualified electrician. Remember that electrical safety is paramount, and it is always better to be safe than sorry. So, to reiterate, for a 100 amp feed, you're generally looking at number 2 copper or number 1/0 aluminum. Check your local supply stores for availability, and remember that parallel runs or pipe and wire methods are viable alternatives if needed. And most importantly, always involve a qualified electrician to guarantee a safe and compliant installation. This ensures that your electrical system operates reliably and protects your property from potential hazards. By adhering to these guidelines and seeking professional assistance when needed, you can ensure a safe and efficient electrical setup for your garage.